So welcome back to the channel. This is talkSPORT Endzone, your dedicated NFL YouTube channel from talkSPORT. And of course, talkSPORT is your home of radio commentary for the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, where Saturday night / Sunday morning at 1 a.m. we'll bring you the Washington Commanders at the Detroit Lions. I'm delighted to say that ahead of this game, tight end of the Detroit Lions, Brock Wright, joins us. Now, Brock, how are you doing, sir?
I'm great. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, man. Well, first of all, congratulations on an incredible season. Number one seed, the bye as well. Is like, I'm interested, like, right now, how the feel is and the approach is in year two of this run, going into the playoffs now, how it felt versus 12 months ago.
It's the same approach. It's always the same for us every week, but you can definitely feel the energy when you get into weeks like this. You know what I mean? There's a little bit of excitement in the air. And I don't know, it's just fun being in the building on weeks like this when it's win or go home. Um, it's like it just feels like everything. Every single thing you do means more. Every bit of the process is as important as it's going to be. So weeks like this are special.
Obviously, it's very different from a bye week that you'd have in the regular season, and the health is the biggest and most important thing of the bye week. But have you been able to switch off in that kind of period in between? Have you been able to take a kind of mental rest, or is it just so focused on the game ahead, even though you didn't know who it was at that point, that you've just got to be locked in?
I mean, it was great to get some physical rest for sure. Me personally just hung around and, came in, got some workouts in and took care of the body. And then, it's a little mental reset, but at the same time, we're watching all the games, wondering who we're going to play, kind of getting ready for that. So, you don't really get away from it too much. It's, fully locked in at this point.
When you say watching the games, is that at home in the quiet, or do you boys get together and like watch them all as a group, or like how does that look?
I was at home in the quiet watching them.
That's fair. That's fair. I think I'd be in bed on an iPad, just like trying to stay as level as humanly possible. To be honest, I do think it's fascinating when you look at the story as a whole, and look, the Commanders come into this game coming up this weekend almost similar position to you guys last year. Long time since they had playoff for success. Nation getting behind them a little bit, seen as a real underdog. And I do wonder, you say that like your approach, and you say like in the building it's very the same, but I don't know, the atmosphere and the feeling around the Lions, it feels like it's gone from last year, that Cinderella story, and just like every stage feels like a wonderful thing, to now people are like, right, this is a Super Bowl team now. So do you feel that weight from outside any differently compared to last
I've kind of talked about it before. I was talking about it yesterday with one of our beat writers. It's funny, my first year here, it was kind of the regime change when Coach Campbell came in and Brad Holmes, and we didn't have the best season record wise, but we grew a lot as a team. And then from the years following, grew and grew. And it's almost like the team goes from you started learning how to win and expecting to win. And so, last year getting to the NFC Championship game and falling short, feeling like we should have been in the Super Bowl, it was almost like, okay, we have the experience now. We know we can do it. And now we have the confidence and the total belief that we will do it. So I'd say that's kind of how we look at it. It's like we believe in ourselves, believe in the people we have in this building, and we know we can get it done.
Love that. Look, the other bonus, obviously, of having the bye week, as I mentioned, is health. Big news on the offensive side of the ball. Full practice for the last 2 days. David Montgomery. How big is it for you guys to have the knuckles of Sonic and Knuckles back for this weekend?
It's great to see him back. He's a guy you miss having on the field. Just a great teammate as well. So it's awesome having him back. And I love our backfield. Those guys run so hard. It makes you want to block even harder for them.
Is it a real point of pride for you guys? Like it feels like, as much as people loved the scheme last year, it clearly was a good offense. Like the run game really feels like it's taken another step forward this year. Do you guys up front feel a real point of pride in seeing just how good that has operated this year, and how much attention it's got?
It's just such a huge importance of the game to be able to run the ball and establish the run opens up other facets of the offense. So, that's always the primary focus point for the guys up front. So, and being a wide tight end, I take a big pride in that too, and trying to help our guys in every way I can, and help at the point of attack with our runs. So, I'd say definitely that's massive for us.
And look, having David back's wonderful, and the idea of having the change of pace and the ability to rotate, all those things are great. But how good was Jameer coming in and playing just the bell cow role that, like, there were question marks over whether he could do that on the solo, and man, he had a few good weeks there when he was out there on his own.
He's such a stud. He's just such a weapon. He's so versatile, it's so fast. He hits the hole so hard. And then, I mean, his balance, his ability to, shed tackles and good yards after contact is just so impressive. So, I mean, he's one of those guys that when he gets the ball in open space, you better be blocking downfield because he's going to make something happen.
It's really interesting you say about the after contact thing, and this is where it comes down to you guys in the blocking up front, right? But you're in the top 2-3 teams in yards before contact as well, and that's like, I think for me, why you see Jameer have such a wonderful year this year is that he has got that patience, he has got that vision, but knowing that he has that second to be able to pick that position. You're not seeing guys getting in the backfield very often against the Lions, is my point, and it just all like, watching that all mesh together has been beautiful this year.
Right. I mean, you get those guys in space, any of the guys in our running back room, you get them in space and they're able to do, I mean, amazing things with the ball. So, I mean, that's always the goal, get them up to that second level and let them do the work.
From the perspective of that offense, a lot of talk around Ben Johnson and interviewing and possible head coaching positions and stuff. But from your perspective for him, firstly, how fun is it to work in his system? As a wide tight end, you might be expected to do kind of real grinding things, but with that offense, you get to do some fun stuff. You get to see some fun wrinkles thrown in. So how, I've used the word fun like 4 times in this question, but how much fun is it to play in a Ben Johnson system?
It's a blast. I mean, it's awesome. I love our offense and all the things we do, the way we each week kind of draw up plans to attack teams. And I'll say about Ben too. I've been with him since my rookie year. He's my tight end coach, and then kind of moved into that coordinator role, and just have learned so much about football from him, and watching how our offense works and just the cool ways we're able to go after teams. It's really fun to be a part of.
And I guess, those plays that you install at some point during OTAs that then, random week 9 game, you'll pull out something that nobody's ever seen before because you've seen the right look. Like, I love all that stuff. I love like just being like, right, this is the moment to pull that trigger.
Yeah, it's a blast.
What is he like out of interest as a man? Because I know we see, actually he does podium and stuff, but Coach Campbell is such the focus and the feature guy of this team, right? And we watch the Ben Johnson offense and we love watching what you guys do creativity. But just tell us a bit about what he's like around the locker room, what he's like as a leader, because maybe we don't see as much of him on that side publicly.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I would say so. I mean, going from having him as a position coach to offensive coordinator, I'd say, I mean, he's versatile in every way, and as a play caller, but also as a coach. I mean, he's does a great job of relating with the players, and then also, I guess being stern when he has to. You know what I mean? But he's, I mean, great guy to be around. I love being in his offense. So, I guess that's what I'd say.
I was delighted that you came back this year, and obviously, you want to see people go on and have success in life. I have real high hopes that wherever he lands, he ends up being a great head coach, and that you guys fall on your feet as well. But yeah, I love that he came back this year, and it's been brilliant to watch. So genuinely a real joy. The other thing I want to ask about as well, while we've got time, is Jared's performances this season. It's been a wild year in terms of the top end of quarterbacking in the league this year. There's 5 guys who in any year probably could have won MVP based on their performance. But what have you seen in Jared from when you first and he first arrived in the building to now, and how he's improved and changed as a quarterback?
Yeah, I've said before about Jared, and I'll continue to say that he's just the type of guy who elevates everyone around him. He does such a good job at that. So, I mean, just helping the guy next to him play better in every way. So he's a guy who's helped me get a lot better, and everyone on our team, our offense. So I mean, that's huge from a guy like that, and just the leadership role that he's taken, and help this team kind of grow to where it is now. It's huge.
Love it. Washington this weekend, and the joy for us watching from the outside is we get playoff football back in Detroit. It was so much fun last year for the 2 wins you did have. How special is the atmosphere going to be in that building come Saturday night?
It's going to be incredible. I mean, those 2 games we had at home last year were amazing. I mean, some of the loudest, best atmospheres. I mean, probably the loudest, best atmosphere I've ever been in. So I'm so excited to see how packed it is Saturday night and have all the fans in there getting rowdy. It's going to be cool.
And then hopefully it's 2 more this year, and maybe we'll see you in New Orleans in a few weeks' time.
Yes, sir. That's the goal.
Love it. Brock, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it, man.
Thanks, Will.